I just found this transition.dev. This is basically a collection of the most essential transition for web application that basically you can just copy and paste. So I just like to share with you in this video. As you can see, there's a couple component in here, there's a couple example, but the beauty thing about this transition is also include a skill. So it means that we can teach our AI agent to using this transition.dev in here, right? To install that is pretty simple. We're going to learn how to do that. So let's go back to the component here. As you can see, for example, the card resize, as you can see, if I click that, the transition feels so smooth, right? And also the number pop in, the notification badge in here. And also, for example, the panel reveal. I love this one, right? So smooth. There's a couple component as well in here. So anyway, this is just a styling, so you can just copy and paste. As you can see, this is the example how you can using that. We are going to implement that transition on these three UI. First is the save button in here. As you can see, the transition looks super smooth. Then we have this toggle button, as you can see, so smooth. Then we have also this number pop in. Right, so let me try to go to skills in here and try to install that on my AI agent. Before I install the skill, I like to first create the UI without the transition skill. Here I'm going to go back to my VS Code, and as you can see, I already create a transition demo folder and already opened the OpenCode. So my prompt is pretty simple. This is my prompt: create one-number.html with vanilla CSS, build a modern dashboard card displaying this number here, and refresh button, and a simple CSS fade and slide up animation when the button is clicked to update the number, right? Just that's it. I'm gonna copy that and paste that to my OpenCode. Then I'm gonna hit enter. Let's take a look. All right, this is done. So now let's try to click this go live extension on my Visual Studio Code. So as you can see, this is the result. If I click refresh, as you can see, that's the animation is, right? But if you compare with the transition from this transition dev here, right, it's more better. It's way better. My second prompt is basically to create another HTML file, which is 2-text.html with vanilla CSS. Build a clean save button on click, change the text to processing, then done after 2 seconds. Use basic CSS fade transition for the text change. Just that's it. I'm gonna copy and paste that to the terminal and then hit enter. Let me wait for that. Then as you can see, we have this file right here. Let me try to open that on the browser. So let me take a look at the result. As you can see, right? So my prompt is create 3-icon.html with vanilla CSS, build a circular dark mode toggle button holding a sun and moon SVG, create a basic CSS scale or opacity transition to swap them when clicked, right? Just that's it. Let me go back here and then paste that again. All right, this is done. So let me try to open the 3-icon.html here. Here we go. As you can see, really nice, and even the dark mode and light mode works out of the box. Pretty cool. So now what we have to do is I like to using that skill to update the UI, right? Let me go back to the skill, and then what we have to do just running this one in here. Then we need to just paste that on the terminal and hit enter. As you can see, if this is the first time you're running npx skill, it's basically asking you to install skill package. You need to just install that. Then after that, as you can see in here, because I'm using OpenCode, this is basically universal. So I don't need to select anything down here. So let's just hit enter. Then as you can see, this is installation scope. So because I just want to install this skill on the project, in this project here, I need to select project. But of course, you can install that on the global as well. Let's do that, and I'm gonna say yes, and it's done. As you can see in here, we have this agent folder, and inside that we have skill and etc. Great. So now what we have to do is open the OpenCode. So the first thing what I want to do is I want to refactor this number pop in. Basically, as you can see, for now it looks like this. This is my prompt: refactor one number.html file, and using the transition.dev number pop in skill. Just like that. So let's try to hit enter, and hopefully this is working. And as you can see, it's looking for transition dev skill, then read the one number.html. And now it's basically will implement that. As you can see, this is the to-dos. First is replace the CSS with transition.dev number, pop in style, update the HTML structure to use a .t digit group, then etc. Rewrite the JavaScript, then verify the file works correctly. Really nice. So what we have to do now is just wait and let's take a look. Is that done? Yeah, it's done. Let me see. I'm going to stop the server here. Try to open the one number.html. Try to click go live again. Let's take a look at the result. As you can see, that really nice. If I click refresh, right? It's really nice. And to implement that, it's just really simple. I love that. I love that so much. So the next thing is let's try to update this one in here, right? So anyway, my prompt is also really simple. I'm gonna say update the button into text.html, apply the transition.dev text state swap. Let's hit enter and hopefully it's basically will update this file in here. As you can see, after the AI read the HTML, it's basically also read the agent skill transition, right? Then implement that. Here we go. Really nice. The moment of truth, let's try to click save. Then as you can see, really nice. Really nice. Let me try to refresh that again. If I click save, then as you can see, right? This is what we have so far, right? Then let's try to implement that on this prompt. I'm gonna paste that, update the toggle in treeicon.html using the transition dev icon swap skill. So let's hit enter. All right, this is done. Let me go back here. Then let's try to refresh. Then I'm gonna click that. And as you can see, but there's something weird going on. The animation is really nice, right? But there is one thing that weird in here going on. I'm not really sure. To fix that, this is my prompt. Fix the button width. Make sure the click works just on the icon. Just that's it. So let's try to hit enter. All right, this is done. Let's take a look at the result. Here we go, right? It's really nice. If I click that, right? The transition looks super smooth, right? So anyway, this is works, guys. So everything is look really cool in my opinion. As you can see, the transition is really nice. So yeah, that's how you can implement that. Really simple using the skill. So hopefully this is video helpful and you can implement that on your project. Thank you so much for watching. See you on another skills.